You know those visitors that just land on your website, your homepage, they look around for 30 seconds and then just leave without clicking on anything? Well, there's actually a way to capture these confused people and guide them to become a buyer. It's called the Site Abandonment Flow. And when set up correctly, it can recover a decent amount of your homepage and your collection pages traffic. Right, let me show you how step by step. So the site flow. This flow is going to be going out to people who are confused because these guys gave us their email, but they did not click on any product page. They didn't add to cart or anything. So they just stayed on a home page or a collection page and they left. So what this means is they were either overwhelmed, confused, and yeah, the goal of this flow is to give them guidance. And here is how we do this. For the first email, we simply let them know, we simply tell them, feeling lost, and then we have this type of graphic with arrows left and right with the different collections within the store or the different products. That really depends on your store, your brand. And then we'll just say, hey, stopped by, maybe you got distracted, and then we'll try and help them by matching what they want or need with the correct collection. And we use a GIF to like make a fun effect as if it's a compass. And they can simply click on this, click on whatever they can relate with the most, and go to the exact page they need to go to. Right, that's the first email. That's a designed email. But we also want to have a second email, which is going to be a plain text email, simply letting them know, hey, we saw you visited the site, but you left. If you have any questions, reply back to this email. I'm going to be adding these emails inside of the description so that you can replicate them. But yeah, the reason we have a plain text email as well is because when people see a designed email, they're less likely to ask a question. They're less likely to reply to that email and ask whatever they were concerned about, confused about, right? So that's why we have a simple plain text email. And then when they click back, when they go on to the website, they click on the product, then they will get triggered inside of the browse flow or the cart flow. And yeah, if you haven't watched a video about the welcome ecosystem I showed you, you're missing out. Make sure you have watched that video first, and then you set up these abandonment flows. Because when it comes to the site abandonment flow, we don't want this flow to trigger on new visitors. We only want this flow to trigger on returning visitors. Because for new visitors, even if they didn't click on a product or add it to cart, the welcome flow is already going to be sending to those guys. So we don't want to interfere with the welcome flow because it's a more important flow. And yeah, if we send too many emails, we're going to desensitize the recipient, and all of the flows are going to be less effective. That's why you want to make sure inside of your site abandonment flow, you only send to returning traffic. I'm going to show you how to build this inside of Klaviyo. So how do you build this site flow? Very simple. Hop onto Klaviyo, go to the flows page, click on create flow, build your own. Just name it site flow, create. All metrics, click on all triggers, click on metrics, and then click on active on site. Save, confirm and save, and then simply copy these settings. Okay. So after the trigger, you want to add profile filters. So just click on the trigger and copy these settings. So what someone has done or not done: viewed product 0 times since starting this flow, checkout started 0 times since starting this flow, placed order 0 times, added to cart 0 times, and it has not been in this flow in the last 30 days. And lastly, make sure you watch the deliverability videos where I explain this filter and why we have it and how it excludes bots and burner accounts. So yeah, in this flow, also have this filtering mechanism to filter out bad profiles. Click save, and after the trigger, you want a conditional split, which will basically prevent new visitors from receiving this flow. So the condition is going to be properties about someone created is at least 14 days ago. If that's a yes, they are going to receive this flow. If not, they won't get any email. After the conditional split, you have a 15-minute time delay. Email 1, simply implement this email. I'm not going to be building the emails from scratch inside of this video because I have a video dedicated for that where I show you how to build emails inside of Klaviyo. So you implement email 1 here, then add a 23 hours and 45-minute time delay because we want to cache them at the approximate time when they were on the site. Right, so that's why we're doing 23 hours and 45 minutes, not just 24 hours. And add email 2. Very simple. This is one of the simplest flows in Klaviyo. And yeah, I hope it wasn't too difficult to understand. If you have any questions, let me know. Drop them down below and I will answer them.